can hear the harmony singers practicing. They're up next. How's everybody this evening? Awesome, awesome. Well, it's so good to be here at the Pickin Porch at the ACMA in Kingsport, Tennessee. John Necessary, is there anything we need to say? Do you need to say anything before we get going, or? Oh yes, the salute to the flag. Why don't we all stand up and where is the? Is it above? Oh, okay. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Come on up, guys. So, this is the second time we've been up here recently, and this is my second time at the museum, and I think it's looking very good here. We announced last week, Rick Dollar and I, who's the president of the ACMA, we announced a brand new scholarship from the ACMA. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute, but we have 2 scholarships now that the ACMA supports ETSU with, and maybe some of our students that you'll see tonight have earned those scholarships. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. But before we get going here, I do want to introduce the young lady behind me here. She's all the way from Alaska, and she performs currently with a very hot group right now. And everything has left my brain. All I can think about is Chris Trulson.
That's his name.
That is his name.
Sometimes he goes by Bill.
And you are one of the Bells, aren't you?
Indeed.
That's right. That was slick.
Yeah.
We should do that more often. But, and you all are working on Farm and Fun Time frequently.
We were noticing, I think there's some artifacts related to Farm and Fun Time on the walls in here, which is pretty neat.
Yes, that's right. And of course, you know, this whole region has so much to do with the history of bluegrass and country music and old-time music. And you know, I just kind of wonder, you know, moving here from Alaska, I know that you grew up around people who played, you know, those styles of music, but, you know, what's it like moving here from so far away? You know, is it kind of like a dream type of experience to be here?
It's a total dream, Dan, a total dream. No, I mean, part of the reason why I moved here was because of this place's legacy of country music. And I think that that's a legacy, obviously, that extends nationally and internationally, and it's definitely known in Alaska. So I was excited to be in a place that really celebrates its traditional music and has an ongoing celebration of traditional music, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, this is Miss Kalia Yeagle. Please make her welcome.
Thanks.
And her group, the Kelowna Highballers.
That's right.
All right.
for anybody who's paying attention. Sometimes it's played in some different keys, but in that key, it was played a little more around Georgia by a few amazing fiddlers like Lo Stokes and Clayton McMitchin. But this particular band has been spending the semester digging into one band in particular, the Scottdale String Band, and we've been learning pretty intensely, just digging into their recorded repertoire. And there are 18 songs, 19 tunes maybe. And our goal for the semester was to dig as deep as possible into that repertoire and also work on re-recording our versions of their repertoire. I say our versions. Actually, this is my first time getting to play with this particular group. Normally, I'm just listening on the sidelines. So it's Anissa Burnett is usually the fiddler in this band. I have the honor of taking on the duties of a Helena highballer tonight. But we're going to do one of those Scottdale String Band tunes now. This is their one and only recorded sung song, right? This is the one and only. My Own Iona.
I think we're just going to do one of these.
All right.
Yeah. This one isn't a Scottdale tune. I know we said all that stuff about only doing Scottdale tunes, but that wasn't true.
Special circumstances.
Yeah. Do you want to give it, or no, I guess I'll stay here.
I've got some What's the matter with you, boy?
I've got a cough.
I think I might have something for that.
Is it red or is it white?
Why don't you listen to this?
finish out another, this set. Oh, what? I forgot. No, we're not done yet.
Fuck you.
All right. This next one we've got is an instrumental called Japanese Breakdown, diametrically opposed to Chinese Breakdown. Oh, you want to get that one instead?
That's right. Another crucial piece. The texture of this semester's music has been the addition of the banjo mandolin.
It's chunky.
That's the texture. Is that this? Yeah.
Does it really matter if the banjo mandolin's in tune?
Country's first cheating song, now that I think about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Country.
First ever. Called Kiss Me Quick by the Georgia Yellowhammers.
That was nice. You think about the music that was made here 100 years ago, and just a little bit later, you got a good sample of it right there. The vocal group is making their way up here. This is the ETSU vocal band. And I have to talk about the gentleman that's the pale fellow in the suit jacket. The kind of baby fair.
Oh.
He burns easily out in the shade. But he was in the ETSU Bluegrass Pride Band, and he came to me and said, Dan, he said, I just don't know if I could do it one more semester. He said, I just had a really good opportunity come my way. And I said, what was that? He said, well, somebody's asked me to play music with them. I said, well, who could possibly be better than the ETSU Bluegrass Pride Band? And he said, it's Larry Sparks. And I said, well, yeah, I guess that's okay. So he's been playing now for, about the last 9 or 10 months or so.
Several months, yeah.
With Larry Sparks, who, of course, is in the International Bluegrass Music Association Hall of Honor. And you can see a display of Larry's right back here. We were here, close to 10 years ago when we honored Larry here, and so he's certainly a legend in our music. I think that's one of the really cool things, that a lot of our students get to play with professional entertainers, people who are our heroes, all of our heroes, and get the chance to learn from the best. So, and you're going to get to hear some fine harmony from this group. Are you going to do your best Larry Sparks impersonation, I wonder?
We'll see.
Okay, all right. You'll have to go to a Cracker Barrel after the show. That's if you really want to imitate Larry. So. Folks, please make welcome the ETSU Vocal Band.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Thank you. That was a patriotic melody that Jason Leak, our instructor, put together for us. And we have up here Santana Bell and Jacob Wright and Adrian Hutton, and I'm Holger Olison. And I believe the next one we're going to sing is If You Ever Needed the Lord.
If you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You sure do need Him now. You sure do need Him now. If you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You need Him every day and every hour. Yes, you really need Him. 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 Yes, you really need Him when the sun is shining bright. Oh, if you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You sure do need Him now. You sure do need Him now. If you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You need Him every day and every hour. Yes, you really need Him. 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 Yes, you really need Him when the sun is shining bright. Oh, if you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You really need Him. You sure do need Him now.
Yes, my Lord.
You sure do need Him now. If you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You need Him every day and every hour. Well, you need Him in the morning, and you need Him in the night, and you need Him in the midday when the sun is shining bright. Oh, if you ever needed the Lord before, you sure do need Him now. You need Him every day, all day long. You need Him every day, all night long. You need Him every day and every hour.
And this will be our last one for you. This one's called Standing on the Rock. That's just what I
The
thought
solid rock.
it was. Okay.
Close enough.
That's good.
Through my disappointments, strife and discontentment, I cast my every care on the Lord. No matter what obsession, pain or deep depression, I'm standing on the solid rock. I'm standing on the rock of ages, safe from every storm. All the storm that rages, rich in love I'm rich, not from Satan's wages. I'm standing on the solid rock. Now I'm pressing onward, each day brings me homeward. I'm trusting in my Savior day by day. Close is our relation, firm is its foundation, so on this solid rock I'll stay. I'm standing on the rock of ages, safe from every storm. All the storm that rages, rich in love I'm rich, not from Satan's wages. I'm standing on the solid rock. I'm standing on the rock of ages, safe from every storm. From all the storm that rages, rich in love I'm rich, but not from Satan's wages. I'm standing on the solid rock. I'm standing on the solid rock.
my technology malfunctioned. I had my set list, my band list on my phone, and I looked down and it was gone. I don't know where it went, so let's talk and banter and let's entertain.
I don't normally do much of the talking. My sister normally does that, but she's run off looking for answers.
Well, we don't know that because you both look the same.
Our voices are pretty similar, too. Hannah, come say something. Hannah, come say something.
Something.
Yeah, our voices are pretty similar. Can I set this here?
But-
Is that a good banter?
Well, it's getting there. Y'all aren't from here, but you're not from terribly far away, right?
No, about 6 hours.
About 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're certainly not the farthest.
And this is your freshman year. No, it's not. I mean, it's your first year at ETSU,
Yes.
but you transferred here. So if any of you would like to transfer to ETSU, we'll take you.
You'll take anybody, though, so.
That is not true. It is only that we were gracious to acknowledge.
Yes.
We would have you guys. You're great singers and performers.
Thank you.
And as a matter of fact, Bill Vorndick is the one that told me about you all. Bill Vorndick's a great producer from Nashville. He produced Ralph Stanley, Bob Dylan, and Alison Krauss, and many others. And he said, Dan, you got to check out these Roper twins. Do you like that term, the Roper twins?
Yeah.
Does that work? Okay.
Yeah, it does what it's supposed to.
I don't know where I'm at. Like I turn to the left, I turn to the right. It's like kind of weird.
And we set up mirrors.
Some sort of wormhole in here. I don't know. Let me introduce Mr. Brandon Green, who is back over here on the 5-string banjo. He directs this group. And Brandon is from West Virginia, which is a good thing. My dad's family is from West Virginia. And so I think good things come out of West Virginia. You got a papaw up there? All the folks. Brandon's playing a Brandon Green model Pruka banjo. Why don't you show that to everybody up here? It's pretty shiny. Brandon is endorsed by Pruka Banjos, and it is a fine instrument, beautiful instrument. Brandon has won Winfield Banjo Competition, which is one of the largest banjo competitions in the world. And we're so glad he's here teaching. So please make welcome Brandon, the Roper Twins, and the band. Thank you all.
That's the Damascus Travelers.
I set you up.
Did nobody tell you that?
I set you up perfect.
Sorry. as you heard, we are the Damascus Travelers, and none of us are from Damascus that I'm aware of, but I'll take a quick moment to tell you a little bit about who we are. Yeah, a different Damascus. Over here, playing the banjo and cracking jokes about Damascus, is Mr. Brandon Green. He's not usually our banjo player, he's usually our dobro player, but our banjo player's out of town in Florida. I guess we can't be too upset that he left us. Because Brandon Green gets to play banjo with us and we're thrilled. And that means that we don't have a dobro player, so Mr. Holger Olson is filling in, and can't complain about that either. Thank you very much for helping us out. Doing some singing and fiddle playing for you is Miss Anna George. Doing mandolin playing, as much as she can, and singing for you is my lovely identical twin, Emily Roper.
Thank you.
Thumping hard on that upright bass behind us, keeping us all on track, is Miss Caitlin Lau.
Low. Caitlin Low.
Caitlin Low.
Yeah, she's from up north, so you wouldn't say Lau. Bungling the names, it's Hannah Roper. Alright, she's gonna sing the next one.
Here's an old classic for you. had to take a moment to discuss how good that banjo kickoff was. So thank you, Emily, for filling in with another break there.
Good job, Brandon. That was great.
All right. For this next one, folks, this isn't a church, but the principle still applies. You play in your key and I'll play in mine.
Just playing my tune together.
I'll tell you, the other day we were in practice, and I kept tuning, and the tuner said I was right, but my ear was telling me I was wrong.
Very wrong.
Very, very wrong. And I look, and I have it set to 432 instead of 440.
And so she was in tune with herself and nobody else.
So,
It was funny.
tuners are important, but only if you use them correctly. And with that in mind, you go to your church, and I'll go to mine. Now you go to your church and I'll go to mine, but let's walk along together. Our instrumental for you.
Brandon, they put you behind the speaker.
Perfect.
Yeah. I just had to point that out. Like,
It's not because you're the old person in the band.
I'm sure that's not why.
They do that.
Funny.
All right. For those of you following along at home, we're in the key of F, natural. It is not. She's trying to confuse me, make me move my capo. Bass players.
Take your shoes off, Moses, you're on holy ground, holy ground, holy ground. Take your shoes off, Moses, you're on holy ground. I am the Lord thy God. God spoke to Moses at the burning bush, at the burning bush, burning bush. God spoke to Moses at the burning bush, said, I am the Lord thy God.
How many of you guys like to shout? Shouting for joy on the hills of glory. That's not the name of this next song, but it's pretty close. Are you ready? Oh, you're right. Oh, dang it, I forgot that was this one. We have the pleasure of singing along with Mr. Holderoff.
There'll be
Shouting on the hills of glory, shouting on the hills, shouting on the hills, shouting on the hills of glory, shouting on the hills of God.
Once again, the Damascus Travelers, led by the illustrious Brandon Green, an ETSU band, so we're proud to sing a song that we got from one of our own ETSU teachers, Miss Sally Berry. And we heard it and just fell in love with the song, so we learned it. It's called God Knew You Before Time Began.
Well, let me tune my A string real fast. It's an easy tuning job.
We're learning all kinds of things from Brandon, but not how to tune efficiently.
Just made up for that.
I'm sorry. I made it. I started it joking with Professor Dan ahead of time, and it's just kept going.
She's been mean all day.
I've been mean all day. All right, let's sing some gospel.
Let's do it.
Only in your likeness, so before time began.
Thank y'all.
I was able to work it out. The first vocal band was directed, and the second vocal band directed by Mr. Jason Leake. Now, the thing about Jason is he's done a lot of performing over the years. In fact, he played with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver for a time, and worked with Barry Scott and Second Wind and some others. But the one thing that Jason doesn't like to do is talk in public. He prefers to just get down to business by singing. And that tells the story. But Jason and his lovely little daughter are here tonight. So thank you, Jason, for working with the groups as hard as you do. Do you have anything you want to say? All right. Jason point. All right, so this group here, were you part of the group that performed the national anthem 2 weeks ago? For the big basketball game at East Tennessee State University. They were invited to do the national anthem. You can check it out on Facebook. In fact, we'd like you to go be our friend on Facebook. Go to the Bluegrass Old Time and Country Music Studies on Facebook and check out where we're going to be. In fact, I do have to tell you, next Saturday night, we have a very big event that we're celebrating East Tennessee State University in an awards dinner where we give out our scholarships. And we also honor somebody at that event. And this year we're honoring Raymond McLean, who was the second director of Bluegrass Old Time and Country Music Studies from, he was at ETSU from 2000 to 2009. I know all of you know and love Raymond. So it's a plated dinner event. All of the fundraising goes back into the program. And we'll be giving away scholarships. You'll get to see a lot of students. There'll be a lot of performing. We've got some guest artists. Tim Stafford will be there, Becky Buller, and more. So if you'd like more information about that, just go online, visit www.etsu and buy a ticket, or just come to the Millennium Center in Johnson City next Saturday night, March 30th, and bring $40, and bring a friend, and bring them $40. And you can eat it's going to be steak and chicken, green beans, potatoes, big old piece of cake. Big piece of cake at the end of it. And then a lot of music too. So we hope you'll join us for that special event. Let me go ahead and just introduce the ETSU Quartet. Vocal.
Something like that.
Yep.
There are loved ones now in glory, whose dear forms you often miss. When you close your earthly story, will you join them in their bliss? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, in a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky, in the joyous days of childhood, oft they told of wondrous love, pointed to the dying Savior. Now they dwell with him above. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, when they left you here below? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by, in a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky?
One by one their seats were emptied.
One by one they went away.
Now the family is all parted. Will it be complete
Someday, will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by,
in a better
home awaiting in the sky, in the sky?
Oh, Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me
Oh,
water.
my Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
I want to let
He gave
His
me water.
praises swell.
He gave me water.
Well, Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
He gave me
He
that
gave me water.
living water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water, and it was not in the well.
Well, there was a woman from Samaria came to the well to get some water. There she met a stranger who did all wonders tell. That woman dropped a pitcher. She drank and was made richer from the water he gave her,
And it was not in the well.
Oh, Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me
He
water.
gave me water.
And let
He gave
His
me water.
praises swell.
He gave me water.
Well, Jesus
He gave me
gave
water.
me
He
water.
gave me water.
He gave me
He
that
gave me water.
living water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me
He
water.
gave me water, and it was not in the well.
Well, now the woman he had pity. She ran back to the city, crying glory, hallelujah. Did His wonders tell? Well, the woman left shouting, but there was no room for doubting. Man, I gave that water, Lord, and it was not
in the well.
Oh, Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me
He
water.
gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me
gave
water.
me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me
He
water.
gave me water.
I wanna let
He gave
His
me water.
praises swell.
He gave me water.
Well, Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
He gave me
He
that
gave me water.
living water.
He gave me water.
He gave me living,
He gave me
loving,
water.
lasting
He gave me water, and it was not in the well.
Well, that woman left the shouting, but there was no room for doubting that she had met a Savior who did all wonders tell. Well, every time she doubted Him, she'd start to think about Him. The man that gave that water, Lord, and it was not in the well. Oh, Jesus
He gave me
gave
water.
me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me
gave
water.
me water.
He gave me water.
Jesus
He gave me water.
gave me water.
He gave me water.
I wanna let
He gave
His
me water.
praises swell.
He gave me water.
Well, Jesus
He gave me
gave
water.
me water.
He gave me water.
He gave me
He
that
gave me water.
living water.
He gave me water.
Water,
He gave
water,
me
water,
water.
water,
He gave me
Lord,
water,
and it was not in the well. Real quick, we take a second to introduce ourselves. I guess we'll start off. Do you want to introduce yourself? Go ahead.
Sure.
Spencer.
My name is Spencer Hatcher. I'm from Timberville, Virginia. It's about 4.5 hours northwest of here, so it's a good time in college, I guess.
Give Spencer a
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Courtney.
Well, my name is Courtney Harris, and I'm from Flag Pond, Tennessee. For those of you who know where that's at, I know there's a lot of people in Flag Pond who like to listen to the possum, so shout out to them. But if you're not familiar with that, then probably Irwin is maybe closer.
Courtney Harris. And we'll go ahead and say something. You've already met her tonight, Miss Adrian. She's already sang, and we normally have a different configuration of the group, but one of our other members had some vocal issues. But Miss Adrian, being the kind young lady that she is, decided to step in and help fill that role, so we appreciate her. Go ahead and give her another round of applause. And my name's AJ Hawkins, and we've had a great time so far. We got one more song, and we're going to give it to you, and it's going to be in the key of F. Go ahead. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair, when the saints of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is caught up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
On that bright and cloudless morning, when the dead in Christ shall rise, and the glory of his resurrection share, when his chosen ones are gathered to their home beyond the skies, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
Let us labor for the Master from the dawn till setting sun. Let us talk of all his wondrous love and care. Then when all of life is over and our work on earth is done, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
Folks, we have one more group here this evening, and they have a clever little name. But before we say goodnight to all of you, I just want to thank you all for coming out this evening and supporting the ACMA. How many here are ACMA members, I wondered? Okay. How many of you should be ACMA members? Yeah. Who can they talk to about that? They can talk to this young lady right back here in the back. It's a beautiful museum. I was going around while one of the first bands was playing and just looking at all the history here. Look at the Sauceman brothers and Carl Story over here, and of course the Stoneman family, and the Bales brothers, and Tennessee Ernie's cool exhibit over here. Bonnie Lou and Buster. I heard that when WJHL television came on the air, the very first thing that came on the air was Bonnie Lou and Buster. That's kind of neat. So a lot of history in this region here. Well, hello, Valerie. You have technology that looks like it's working. My phone.
Better than your phone.
I know. I looked down. I really did. I looked down for the set and it was gone. I didn't know. But
What are you going to do?
well, I fixed it. I know now because there's only one more group left.
You know.
You can't mess it up.
Yes.
You know who it is, right?
I do. You.
One of us.
It's you and her.
And her.
And her. Yeah. There's a radio show out in Virginia
You keep talking.
called Sweet Brenda and Him. It's Brenda Lawson and her husband. I guess his name is Him.
And him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something like that. That's a good song. That's by the Coon Creek Girls.
That's right. We're doing the Coon Creek Girls. That's what we're sort of working on this term, this semester. I can't
Valerie,
think
where are
of
you
some-
from? You need help?
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you what. I was closer here. It's kind of hard to see with those lights shining up.
I'm from all over the United States and Canada.
And Canada.
Yeah.
Is that good right there?
That's perfect.
Okay. And you're in the graduate program right
And then
now.
two of us are graduates.
2 of you are. 2.5, kind of.
Sure.
She's almost finished with that graduate.
I know. We're talking about the Master of Arts in Appalachian Studies, which ETSU also has. So if any of you want to come back and get a master's degree, you're welcome to join us. Are you ready to play?
I think so, yeah.
If you'll pick up the bass, we can start. All right, now this is a clever name. Miss Kalia, I'm sure you must be the director of this group.
Indeed.
And they are called the Brother Girls. Please make them feel welcome. Thank you for coming out today.
1, 2.
Oh, I come out before you to sing a song. I played on my banjo and the bass.
Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Well, when Miss Lucy travels, she always leaves a mark. Her footprints on the gravel, you can see them after dark. Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long.
My pappy was a baker, my mammy needs dough. My brother played the fiddle and sis played the old banjo.
Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Well, if I had a lazy man, I'd whoop him to the barn. I'd kick him down to New Orleans and trade him off for corn. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Woo! Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long. Take your time, Miss Lucy. Take your time, Miss Lucy Long.
That was really good, right? That whistling.
We've been working really hard on our whistles. We're making progress.
first of all, you have to try not to laugh and whistle. That's really important.
Lesson number 1. That's right. All right. Ooh, awesome.
We're going to do another Coon Creek Girls tune called My Old Cabin Home. Make you a little homesick here.
I am going far away to leave you now. To the Mississippi Valley I am going. I will take my old banjo and I'll sing this little song way down in my old cabin home. Down in my old cabin home. There are my sister and my brother. There lies my wife, the joy of my life, and my child in the grave of its mother. I am going to leave this land where I toiled with my hands to travel the wide world over. But when I am tired, I will settle down to rest way down in my old cabin home. Down in my old cabin home. There are my sister and my brother. There lies my wife, the joy of my life, and my child in the grave of its mother. When old age comes creeping on and my hair is turning gray, I will hang up my banjo all alone. I will sit down by the fire and I'll pass the time away, way down in my old cabin home. Down in my old cabin home. There are my sister and my brother. There lies my wife, the joy of my life, and my child in the grave of its mother.
It's so sad. It's so sad. All right.
Enough of that.
Now this is a wake-up tune, right?
I
mentioned, and Valerie confirmed, that we did, in fact, focus mostly on Coon Creek Girls repertoire this semester. Well, that's where we started, and then we kind of expanded out from there. We were talking a little bit more about barn dance radio and kind of the real diverse amount of music that was represented on barn dance radio across the nation. But this is one from the Coon Creek Girls that we kind of started with, a good version of a classic.
gal named Charlene Arthur. She wrote the song and performed it a lot. She was from Oklahoma, Texas, out around. She played a lot of barn dances out in that direction. And she was a real firecracker, this girl. And this song is called, speaking of firecrackers, this song is called Burn That Candle. Side by side. shining mother. Burn that candle, night and day. Burn that candle, light my way. Keep that door wide, open wide, till we're strolling through that doorway side by side. Till we're strolling through that doorway side by side.
Reva brought this one to the group.
Yeah, we're ending with this one because it's called That's It. It's a Mississippi Sheiks tune. I don't know what else to say about it. It's in D minor.
Sure is. All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you all.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know, it's hard to get out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also this mic there too.
I can do it. Hang on. I'll just put this down. I'm used to it. I have littler hands. Come on.
Sorry,
There you go. Thank you. Yeah.